very good morning, respected judges and dear doctors. The topic of my presentation is efficacy of homeopathic intervention in the management of overt hypothyroidism in women of reproductive age group, a retrospective study. Myself, Dr. Hema Tilak. About the background of my study, 1 out of 8 women in India have thyroid disorders. Prevalence of hypothyroidism in women of reproductive age group is 2 to 4%. Menstrual irregularities, polycystic ovarian disease, miscarriage, preterm labor, stillbirth and infertility are the major consequences. We all know that lifelong hormonal conventional treatment can be well replaced by individualized homeopathic treatment, but there is paucity of studies in this area. The objectives of my study is to evaluate the efficacy of individualized homeopathic medicine in the management of overt hypothyroidism in women of reproductive age group. Coming to the method, the study design that I have adopted is a retrospective observational study. I took this design because the treatment is already over and the outcome is there. So it is a retrospective study and I just want to evaluate whether the outcome that I've got is because of the homeopathic intervention that I have given. So it is because I have gone retrospectively to analyze the data. Now about the study population, I have a data of about 1,089 patients who have attended the thyroid special clinic in the district Homeo Hospital Idiki in the year 2017-18. And out of this 1,089 cases, I have used an inclusion and exclusion criteria to screen about 276 cases. And to this 276 cases, I have done a simple random sampling technique, and that is in the order of enrollment. I have selected every third person's data to be studied. That is, you can see very clearly the study population is 1,089. After screening, it has reduced to 276, and after randomization, I have fixed the sample size to be 92. Now, the inclusion criteria, the cases with overt hypothyroidism, TSH above 5 international units and T3, T4 low are included into the study. Women in the reproductive age group, that is 15 to 45 years according to WHO was selected, and the cases are primarily diagnosed in the clinic are selected for the study according to ISD-10 criteria, and those confirmed by double testing of TFT, and those who are having a follow-up of 6 months are included, and cases which are treated with individualized homeopathic medicines after detailed case taking and repertorization was taken into consideration. Now coming to the exclusion criteria, cases on other treatments since last 6 months and cases having other chronic diseases and complication, also the dropout cases are excluded from the study. The tools used are Sulewski's clinical scoring scale. Its sensitivity and specificity are 62% and 99% respectively, and it is done at the baseline 3 months and at the 6 months. The next one is a TSQ, that is a thyroid symptom questionnaire, and it was used to assess the effect of the treatment on the well-being of the patient. And it was done at 3rd month and at the 6th month. And the TSH values was tested, and its specificity is 76.6% and sensitivity is 100%, and it was done at the baseline and at the end of the 6 months. The case records was also used for the collection of the data. And this is an abstract of the technique which was used, that is, the data of 92 women was selected by simple random sampling. TSH1 and Sulewski score are recorded at the baseline. Sulewski score and TSQ1 are recorded at 3 months, and at the end of 6 months again the Sulewski score and TSH scores were recorded, and the analysis of the data was done at the end of the 6th month. Now coming to the results for all the analysis, we have used IBM SPSS version 22, and we have done 3 analyses mainly in this. First is the analysis of the Sulewski's index, that is the index which is taken at the baseline at the end of 3 months and at the end of 6 months of treatment. First, the test of normality was done. It was found to be significant. That is, the Sharperow-Wilk test p-values was found to be significant. It shows that the data doesn't follow a normal distribution. So, but the skewness and the kurtosis, as you can see, doesn't deviate much from the normal value. So, I have done just a transformation of the data to their log values to make it normally distributed, and a repeated measures one-way ANOVA was performed. And from the results, you can see that is, there is significant difference between Z1, Z2 and Z3. The F value being 99.995% and the significance is 0.0001. Now, I did a post hoc test to see among this group which is more significant. A comparison between the group was done, and you can see the mean difference is more significant between the group 1 and 3. That is the difference between the Zulewski scores which was done at the baseline and the Zulewski score which was done at the end of the treatment, that is at the end of the 6th month, was standing significant. And this is a small graph which shows the estimated mean of the Zulewski score at the baseline, at the 3rd month and at the end of 6 months. So the result of the repeated measures one way ANOVA is with a greenhouse gas correction determined that the Zulewski scores differ statistically significant between the time points, and also the post hoc test using Bonferroni correction shows that statistical significance is more between Z1 and Z3. The next analysis that we have done is the analysis of the TSQ. That is a TSQ that we have done at the 3rd month and at the 6th month. Again, the test for normality was done. The Sharper-Wilk test p-values was again showing a significant result. So again, the data was not normally distributed. Transformation of the data was done to their log values and paired sample t-test done. And this is because the skewness in kurtosis shows that it differs a very little from the normal. And this as a descriptive statistics, you can see the maximum TSQ value was 12 and the mean value at the beginning of the treatment was 4.86, and the mean value at the end of the treatment, that is at the end of the 6 months, was 6.11. And the graph also you can see a difference in the TSQ1 and TSQ2. And the paired sample correlation also shows that there is significant correlation between the TSQ1 and TSQ2. And the paired sample test shows a significant difference in the TSQ1 and the TSQ2 scores. So the result of TSQ1 and TSQ2 says that paired t-tests suggest that TSQ1 and TSQ2 are strongly and positively correlated, and there is a significant difference. And next is analysis of the TSH1 and TSH2. Test for normality was done. It is again significant. The data is not following a normal distribution, and also the skewness in the kurtosis shows that there is significant deviation from the normal. So non-parametric test, that is a Wilcoxon sign rank test, was performed. And the descriptive statistics, you can see that the mean TSH value before treatment was 23, the minimum being 5.04 and the maximum being 155, and the TSH value, mean TSH value at the end of the treatment was 8.35. The minimum being 124 and the maximum being 38.4. So you can see the significant difference before and after treatment. And the ranks also shows the 85 out of the 92 cases were showing a higher TSH value before treatment. 7 were showing a lower TSH value before treatment, and there was no ties. The test was also showing a very statistically significant results before and after treatment. So the Wilcoxon sign test showed that a 6-month homeopathic treatment did elicit a statistically significant change in the TSH values. So my conclusions are the study provides evidence to support that individualized homeopathic medicine for a period of 6 months is effective in the management of overt hypothyroidism in women of reproductive age group. And there was significant difference within 3 months of treatment, but more significant result was observed after 6 months of treatment. Both the clinical signs and symptoms as indicated by the Zulewski score as well as the TSH values show significant difference. An evaluation regarding the effect of the treatment using the TSQ questionnaire also elicited a significant and positive correlation. Now the limitation of my study, it's a retrospective study. Prospective studies can be done. Reproductive age group was selected, it can be done in other age groups. Overt hypothyroidism was studied, it can be treated with subclinical. This study just for 6 months, it can be done for extended time periods. And these are my references and these are my acknowledgements. Thank you so much.